Hello, hello. The world will ask you who you are, and if you don't know, the world will tell you. This is the main reason why so many of us feel misaligned with our lives. Maybe you're chasing a degree that just doesn't feel true to you, or you're pursuing a career that doesn't feel true to yourself, or maybe you just graduated and now you lost that backbone, lost that structure that society sets us up to follow, and now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like raw beef thrown into a lion den. Like, help me, I don't know what to do. That's okay. A lot of us feel like this. Or maybe you just don't feel authentic to yourself and you just want to find a way to truly discover who you are. Today, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why you feel this way and how you can use psychology to find your true purpose and finally start living. Hi, my name is Kayla. This is my 21st year of living and I'm still figuring myself out. Ever since I graduated up until now, I felt all over the place and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I feel so lost and I feel like I got no structure. We're going to be growing and learning new things together. So without further ado, let's go into part one. The factory matrix, or the matrix, as a lot of people on the internet talk about. If you feel your body and your soul actively rejecting the idea of a 40-hour work week, obviously it wasn't born for human fulfillment. Otherwise we would have been, majority of us would have been happy, like la-di-da-di-da, living life. But guess what? A lot of us are miserable unless you are truly passionate and love your job. Or even those of you who, if you have a full-time job and it feels like it's taking so much out of your life and you feel stressed and you just feel like it's constantly beating your ass. We treat this like it's the law of nature. We're all conditioned from childhood, literally from education, that we need to go to school, pass the exams, find a job, and work for over half our lives until we retire. Then we'll truly be free. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of minds to think. Our education system is favored to push out people, fallen victim to the system, push out workers instead of thinkers. And it trains a lot of us, it trains kids to be identified with their test scores, their GPA, with how well they do in school. And unfortunately, that translates over into adulthood. That's why so many people are identified, base their identity off of their careers. It's not a conspiracy theory, don't look at me crazy. It's a historical fact. Think about industrialists like John D. Rockefeller. He had a huge influence on shaping the education system, and he actually famously stated, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. And let's talk about Frederick G. Gates, his business advisor. He stated, we shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers or men of learning or men of science. We have not to raise up from among them authors, editors, poets, or men of letters. The system was really never designed to nurture curiosity or our unique life purpose. Designed for a lot of people to operate on low levels of awareness and never really question why we're here, what's our reason for being. It explains why, like, when we leave this structured system, we feel lost, we feel confused, and it feels scary. It's like terrifying. We don't have that structure or backbone anymore. It's not failure, it's redirection. It's your body and soul recalibrating. Let's move on to the mental game. Growing up, I was always drawn to creation. I loved drawing. I had an editing phase. I loved making YouTube videos. It was always my dream to make something out of my creativity. As I got older, that childhood delusion faded, and I myself, unfortunately, allowed myself to think it wasn't a lucrative career or a career that had much value. Creativity is around all of us. I'm adding music to this video. Thank you to the creative that allowed me to make this. Look at this, all this. Who designed this? It's all about your mindset, guys. I thought about getting an art degree. I had a parental figure once ask me, like, what are you gonna do with an art degree? And I really was like, damn, what am I gonna do with an art degree? Which to some degree, I don't know, like maybe I wouldn't really use it. Unfortunately, I did let external pressures get into my head, and I let that define me, which led me to choose a career path based off expectation. Girl, wrong choice. Never do that to yourself. The only person you're betraying is yourself by doing that. Who cares? It's your life. It's for you, which is exactly why I'm making this video. I chose to step back into what I was naturally drawn to as a child, things that I actually enjoy. I hope to maybe encourage you to do the same. You have to believe in yourself, otherwise who's gonna do it for you? I mean, I believe in you, but that doesn't mean nothing unless you believe in yourself. You want to change your reality, you want to change your outcome, you want to change everything that's happening around you, you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision, okay? All right, now let's talk about cause and effect. Everything that's happening around me is the reason why I'm so sad and depressed. Wrong. This is the cycle that so many people get caught in, that we often look at our life situation, our job, our family situation, relationships, our bank account. We're like, damn, my life sucks. I'm so stressed and miserable. And then we operate on this low level of consciousness. We assume that our reality, everything that's happening around us, is the cause of our mental state. But the truth is, it's the exact opposite, guys. Your internal mental game is the cause. Your reality, everything around you, is the effect. Okay, don't look at me crazy now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Let's give an example. Think about New Year's resolutions. Every year, there's millions of people that make a promise to themselves. I'm gonna get fit in the gym. I'm gonna finally get that six-pack. I'm finally gonna get jacked, okay? They try to physically force that new result, but within a few weeks, we slowly see people fade away from their promise. And why is that? Because they were mentally unfit. They weren't ready mentally. They didn't have that mindset of staying focused, following through. Stop trying to change an effect with an effect. That's not how cause and effect works, guys. We can't just hop into it without being ready mentally. If you want to change your life, you have to change your frequency, or just basically your mindset. Everything you think in your daily lives, like, it's law of attraction. Think about it. If you constantly tell yourself, this is just the hand I've been dealt, my life sucks, the universe is working against me, my life is miserable, your mind is literally going to look for reasons to match that statement. It's going to be like, oh yeah, let me feed into this. Stop with the negative mindset. If when you operate on these frequencies of fear, guilt, shame, any low vibrational frequencies, guess what? The universe can feel that energy. It's going to attract that to you, back to you, in the form of toxicity, debt, hate, things you don't want in your life. If you want a different life, if you want a different outcome, you have to shift your mentality, your internal state, to states of love, peace, acceptance, gratitude, because what's going to happen? That those things are going to come back to you. The beauty in your life depends entirely on your ability to notice it. Let that sink in. Why do you think so many people start off their days with positive affirmations? When you constantly repeat something, your brain starts to believe it, and then guess what? It becomes true. Let's move on to the next part, the dopamine trap. Another cycle that many people get stuck in, which kind of keeps them at a block. Stop with the material things. I know, like, it's pushed constantly, you know. I forgot who said it, but I think it was Meek Mill. I don't know. But he said that the industry literally pays them to rap about nonsense so they can keep us down here. Low levels of consciousness, low vibrational energy. So there's this process in psychology called hedonic adaptation, which is, it's basically our brain's built-in tendency for it to return to baseline after a major event happens. A lot of people have this mindset. They keep constantly setting goals. Obviously, it's good to set goals, but when you base your happiness based off your achievements and your goals, material things, it's a constant cycle. Stop treating happiness like a destination. We set these goals and then we think that we'll finally be happy when we reach that milestone. You say, like, I'll be happy when I reach X amount of dollars. I'll be happy once I get that car. Or for a lot of us, what happens when we reach them is we're happy for maybe a day or a week, and then it returns to that empty void feeling again. I don't know if y'all have felt that before, but I feel like I've definitely felt that. Empty, set a goal. Empty, set a goal. Keep doing it to the rest of your life. What did you base your life off of? Just achievements and material things? That's why we see so many wealthy people unhappy with their lives, because they base their things off of material things and external achievements. Real happiness comes from becoming 1% better, 1% more creative, 1% more self-aware, learning new things about yourself. This is how you achieve rewarding dopamine that actually lasts and doesn't leave you feeling like there's a void, something empty. You cannot buy your way out of a negative internal state. You know that saying, everyone's like, money can't buy happiness. I used to think that was bullshit. How do we free ourselves from the shackles of hedonic adaptation? Well, we have to shift our perspective from the outcome to personal growth. Stop focusing on the outcome. Focus on the process. I know it sounds cliche, but we've all heard that quote. It's not about the destination. Oh, wait, I said it wrong. It's about the journey, not the destination. I think that's a quote. Scientifically, this is the only way to beat hedonic adaptation, guys. When you look at life as a game, when you look at it as a journey, instead of trying to race everyone's always trying to race everyone and compare. Stop. Gamify. This is your life. This is your game. You're controlling your game. Your purpose isn't just like a trophy that's waiting for you at the finish line of your life. It's an active daily process of facing our inner darkness, understanding and learning from it, and transforming fears into strengths and choosing to live authentically. But to actually do that, you have to look at parts of yourself that you've been running from. And that brings us to the core of Carl Jung's philosophy, the shadow. Ooh, can you see my shadow? Are you looking at me? I can't really see my shadow right now. I can't see it. I can't see it, but if I angle at a specific way, I could see it. Think about it. You can't really see your shadow unless you really try to look at it. That's exactly what Carl Jung's philosophy is about. Let's start from the beginning so I don't confuse you. You have to understand the darkness to know the light. To stop running on autopilot, let's talk about what Carl Jung called the psyche, which is the totality of the human mind, conscious and the unconscious parts of your brain, your thinking. The part of your mind that you're fully aware of is the ego. You know, as children, we're taught and conditioned to show parts of us that the world deemed acceptable, the parts of us that got rewarded and were approved by society and our parents. We're taught what's good and bad and what's right from wrong. And to survive and to live in this world, we build up a mask, and this is called the persona. But, you know, what about the parts that didn't get rewarded, the parts that we kind of hid away because it wasn't acceptable to our parents and by society? For example, the anger, the hidden passions, unique quirks that we had. That is why so many boys or so many men are so afraid to express feelings nowadays, because they were taught from a young age that they can't. It's not correct. It's unfortunately that's how society set it up. So that's what we call a shadow. They repress that. And that's what really keeps people from feeling fully understood. So yes, this is what we call the shadow. The parts of us that we hid away because we weren't accepted for it. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. As long as your shadow remains in the dark, it'll quietly dictate your choices, your relationships, mostly everything you do in your life. To find your purpose, you have to bring that unconscious, your shadow, into your consciousness. You have to acknowledge it and notice when your shadow is creeping its way into your life, how you can use it to your advantage. You're probably like, how do I know when my shadow is appearing in my life? Well, the easiest way to find your shadow is to look at your triggers, look at your judgments. I'm gonna give you an example that happened to me. It was actually Father's Day the other day. I put in an order online and it went through. I got the transaction on my phone, and so I went to the place to pick it up, and then they were like, we don't have that in our system. And I was like, in my head I was like, but it charged me. Like, yeah, basically the system glitched, and I was like, what the heck? I would have exploded. I used to have like really bad, not anger issues, but I would say like I get really frustrated. I'm not like Karen frustrated, but I get like irritated. Like, why is my time being wasted? Instead of letting myself act on that emotion, I kind of just recognize the emotion, let it pass through. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling really upset right now, but I'm not going to express it. Let me just pause. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. And I like literally walked away. I almost like got mad. I asked the lady, I was like, is there anything else? Like, can I just like cancel it? And then I can like find it over here. And then she told me it was pending and it won't go through unless I actually pick it up. Basically, we settled the whole thing. And guess what? She gave me an extra discount on top of my discount I already had. And I was like, oh, period. Had I acted on my emotion and let my shadow dictate my decisions, I probably wouldn't have been in that same situation, and she probably would have not given me the discount. Okay, so that is what I mean by recognize your shadows. Don't let it dictate your life. And there's also parts of your shadow that you can incorporate into your life that is hiding, that wants to make its way. Suppressed authenticity often transforms into quiet resentment towards life. Not because life betrayed you, but because you betrayed yourself. You betrayed your life. So when you bring your shadow to light with awareness, then you'll truly reach a state of balance, harmony, equilibrium. Authenticity unconsciously confronts people with parts of themselves that they abandoned. If you ever find yourself triggered or violently judging somebody, let's say you despise someone who you think is lazy, ask yourself, like, why am I angry with them, or why am I annoyed with them? Is it because you never allow yourself to rest? The traits we judge in others are often ones we fear in ourselves. Becoming yourself literally disturbs people. Okay, a person who abandoned their own dreams often feels uncomfortable around someone who's pursuing their career relentlessly. Also, let's talk about unique passions and gifts. These are also sometimes buried in your shadow. For example, me. If you suppressed creativity out of fear of failure as a child, or fear that you wouldn't make it, Integrating your shadow is the only way you can find your life's work. Stop being scared. Ask yourself, why am I even scared? Why is this hidden? Why haven't I followed through with something that makes me happy? Am I scared of judgment? But insight means nothing without execution. Take action. Do it. Just do it. You are what you do, not what you'll say you do. Let's say someone really close makes a promise to you, and then they never follow through with that promise. Just next time they make a promise, you'll probably trust them less, right? You'll probably be like, hesitant, like, you didn't keep your promise last time. Why would I believe you now? It's the same. It's the same with yourself. When you make a promise to yourself that you'd make a change in your life, or, oh, I'm really gonna lock in tomorrow. Oh, I'll finally start going to the gym. I'm gonna be healthy. But you never follow through with it. You lose trust within yourself. You don't believe in yourself. Get into that discipline. Get one little simple step. That is how you build trust within yourself. You start loving yourself and learn more about yourself. Start a project. Create content. Stop waiting for the perfect time. I was always like this. I'm like, okay, I'll finally start my YouTube channel once I'm financially free. Once I finally get the stable job. Once I finally, No, start now. Do it. I, for the longest time, was waiting for the perfect time, but the perfect time to start is now, because why are you gonna wait when you could start being 1% better now and start building yourself? By the time you achieve that thing that you set for yourself, could have been where you wanted to be with what you actually wanted to do initially, instead of following through with something you didn't want to do. There is no perfect time to start. Start now. Follow through. Tunnel vision. Stop waiting for life to hand you meaning. Make life meaningful through your actions. All right. Like, take it from me. I'm not the best speaker, but I'm starting now because I know that I'll get where I want to be. I'll become a better speaker with practice. Imagine if I started by the time I got that career. I would be behind. At least I'm doing what feels right to me now. I don't feel like I'm living something fake, inauthentic. Where there is fear, there is your task. Courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to recognize why the fear is existing, look over it, get past it, and push through. Pull it out of your shadow, take the risk anyway. Detach from the outcome. I used to fear posting on social media because I was scared of what certain people would think about me. I was scared of being perceived. I didn't want to be perceived in a negative way. I didn't like seeing hate comments. Who the fuck are they to tell you how to live your life? Like I said, people's reactions to you is really a reflection of them, because the way you react to other people is the reflection of you. You're supportive of someone, chasing their dreams, getting out of bad habits. That says a lot about your character compared to someone who's resentful of somebody who's doing it. It literally tells you that they suppress something that they wish they had in you. It's my life. Who are you? Who are these people to judge what makes you happy? We're here to win the game, guys, and however that is up to you. And with that, I just want to say the purpose of your life isn't some objective box you need to check off. It's not like some trophy. It's not like a little treasure chest like out in the world, like, oh my gosh, where do I find it? I can't find my purpose. What do I do with my life? Your purpose lies in who you are as a person, how you can understand and truly live authentically as yourself. Now, let's do a 24-hour challenge. This video isn't like encouraging you to just drop out of college or quit your job right now, but I'm saying do things that make you happy. Follow through with things that don't benefit society but benefit you, things that matter to your soul. Within the next 24 hours, I want you to do something that really matters to you. Draw. Literally, you can journal. Oh my gosh, journal and meditate, guys. Journaling is so good for the mind. Write off anything that's pissing you off. This is a great way to also address your shadow. Yeah. Doing this literally proves to your unconscious mind that you're in the driver's seat, you're taking control, and it's not going to dictate your life actions. Stop letting the world design your life. Look inside, meet your shadow, and live life authentically. And that is all I have for y'all today's video. Please express gratitude and stay educated. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next.